Hello guys and gals, me Mutahar. I got like a bit of a bad ending situation on you. Probably the worst ending out of an entire situation. Now, for the last couple weeks, obviously, we were talking about, the YouTube guidelines, right? Let me start off by saying something. If you ever wonder, wow, Muta, do you sometimes not make jokes like you used to on the system? And the answer to that is absolutely, okay? To be real with you, I have a billion jokes in my head that might be a little too dank for YouTube, if you will, a little too 2016-ish. And I can't make those jokes because the system is so sensitive that I'm not fearing the idea of like a yellow Dolan, like a demonetization. I don't care about what I earn off of YouTube or whatever. Like, that's not like the focal point of making a video. Like, if you make a video to do that, you might as well be making Fisher Price videos, okay? Because that stuff sells the most. Now, obviously, the system's gotten a bit sensitive, okay? If you say the F word too many times, you get age restricted, okay? I don't know what the limit is on it. Like, I guess if you say it in rapid succession, like an AK-47 going off, sure, I guess. Maybe the fact that I just mentioned an AK-47 might be enough to get, an age restriction. Who knows, okay? Like, at the end of the day, all right, YouTube is a bit of a tighter place than it used to be. And I think the combination of that is the bad press it receives from, like, mainstream media sources. I get, like, fucking 20 views. See, I just used the one word in the budget, okay? So I don't know how many times I can use that, all right? Like, this is like Castaway, okay? Like, I only have a certain amount of resources to use here, okay? I've already burned one. But let's get down to it. It's like Payday 2, you have 4 pagers, okay? I've already burned one. But let's get this started, okay? Now, obviously, 2 days ago, I covered a video about, Quantum TV, okay? A YouTube user that, frankly, got a lot of infamy, a lot of vilification from the greater YouTube community because of the way that they approached the YouTube system, because of the way that they approached criticism, because of the way that they approached, just how they handled YouTube, how they were dealing with it. It all started from an Elden Ring review, right, so to speak. Now, Ackman made this video, like, a few days ago, almost a week, where he basically went down and exposed how this one user was basically breaking YouTube's guidelines. It was so bad that you could literally identify all of the guidelines that didn't get broken, okay? Like, you could literally point out, yeah, I could, like, imagine, let me tell you the YouTube guidelines, okay? More YouTubers know about the community guidelines than they know about the U.S. Constitution or their country's legal framework. As sad as that sounds, more content creators know about their platform's specific TOS than laws in their country, okay? So when you look at a sheet of YouTube community guidelines, it was actually easier to identify that didn't get broken, that didn't get broken, everything else got broken, all right, and that was pretty much it. That was generally the video. It was an hour-long piece. I was a part of it. Charlie was a part of it. Ackman was definitely a part of it. Quantum TV was a part of it. Review Tech USA was a part of it. A lot of the people in the YouTube community was a part of it. And the reason why we were a part of it is because this is our community, okay? If our community, all right, is bad, if our community, all right, has bad apples, it's up to us to self-police the platform. Because the moment we don't, okay, the moment we, like, let bad activities run rampant on the system is truly the point where YouTube is actually dead, okay? Like, at that point, if YouTube, all right, is just covered with bad apples, all right, and it starts rotting the whole platform as a whole, that means it's just bad news for all of us, okay? Look, we have finite time on YouTube, okay? Like, I'll know that I'll fall off at some point, okay? Everyone falls off. But before you fall off, you got to make sure your platform is rigid. It's strong, okay? So that the next wave of YouTubers that come in realize that they play on the same battlefield as you did, okay? That they have the same level of growth on the platform. They have the same level of community guidelines, all right? And if YouTube is not enforcing it the right way, it's up to us to call it out while we can. Now, of course, Ackman's video was taken down, and I'm not joking at it. He was taken down for nudity, okay, and sexual guidelines. I actually asked him about that, and yeah, he confirmed that it was nudity. Now, immediately in my head, when I watched the video, I thought he was going to get hit with, like, hate speech, because he actually covered a lot of the, bigoted statements that were allegedly said by Quantum TV, and I figured, whoa, you showed that without blurring it out. God damn, even I did, and I thought I was going to get taken down for it. I felt a little edgy showing it. I thought he was going to get taken down, maybe for medical misinformation, because I think he left up, like, an actual, statement about, coronavirus that may or may not have gotten that video video taken down just because of the severe sensitivity. Nope, it was a community guidelines related to nudity. Okay, and then I looked at why. Okay, apparently it seems as though he made a cucumber joke, sucking on a cucumber. Holy fuck, man, what are we on? Sesame Street? See, I already... Second pager used right there, okay? Where are we at? Sesame Street? Is Elmo gonna be walking down? Is the Count gonna stand there and go, you got one guideline, two guideline, Is that where we're at? Is this Dora the Explorer? Are we not allowed to make the simplest joke anymore? All right, now when I heard the cucumber and sucking on it apparently is bad enough, it really does show me that the priorities are all wrong. How do you, like, watch an entire video, manually review the entire video? Apparently, Ackman made the appeal to that whole guideline strike that he got. YouTube apparently watched a 50-minute something video before the 50-minute timer was up. I don't know. But they take him down for it, and apparently, like, it's on the nudity and sexual guideline strike. Why? Okay, if that's how tame the joke is, then it's time to call out the hypocrisy of the platform. And before I go into it, I love YouTube. I care about YouTube. And in a lot of ways, it's gotten better on the platform. But there are still some situations, there are still some concerns that we have as platform creators that oftentimes just bewilder us. Now, if you're going to take down Ackman's video, a community guideline strike for sexual stuff, why is YouTube not caring about things like naked attraction? Okay, remember a long time ago we covered things like naked yoga? And there was a case to be made that, oh, people were just getting naked doing yoga, right? Like, whatever, okay? It wasn't a sexual thing. It was just people doing yoga. Even though there were a couple of videos that I remember from my personal experience that were straight ripped off of the hub. But hey, it was just yoga, okay? Okay, you made it bad. Now, on YouTube, I was recently, like, showcased something known as naked attraction, okay? Now, this was brought to me by a YouTuber known as Noak Eric. We had him on the podcast. And when I first Googled this up on YouTube, and I don't recommend you do this because it's literally sexualized content. Apparently, it's a television show somewhere. They've got like 8 seasons at least of this stuff. It's literally aired last year, where people literally stand naked. The whole goal, okay, is to, like, look at people naked, okay, sexualize them a little bit, all right, and see what you're attracted to, as the name would apply, naked attraction. Now, plenty of these videos exist on YouTube, but they are age-restricted videos by the community guidelines. Saw the words naked attraction, all right, most likely a bot no less, and decided, yeah, that's age-restricted. That's a bad idea right there. Now, why is it that suddenly that gets age restricted? No community guideline strikes on that. Age restrictions are not a guideline strikes. If your video gets age restricted, basically YouTube's not going to promote it. It'll exist on the platform. It's just nobody's really going to be able to watch it, all right, unless they're over the age of 18. I have a few of my videos like that. One of them is Trafficking Hub Conspiracy, where I literally talked about the evils of the adult entertainment industry. Obviously that video is age restricted, okay? Literally, I'm not even going to contest that. But, of course, I got age restricted. It didn't get a guideline strike. Suddenly, Ackman for, I guess, allegedly sucking on a cucumber or some sexual joke, and I've watched that video numerous times. It did not turn me on, okay? Like, my cock wasn't diamond hard watching that video, okay? So I'm trying to identify the sexually suggestive material, okay? Like, I really am. So, if naked attraction and stuff like that can exist on the platform, be age restricted, why is it that something infinitely tamer in comparison gets a community guideline strike? It really just feels like the platform itself has a weird way of policing. It's like you've got such a majority reliance on machine learning algorithms, and maybe like a human being that watches like 30 seconds of a video without any further context and just like decides the fate of a channel and its progress. How can a video that for a whole hour straight goes over how another user violates everything in the platform, and yet YouTube punishes the person trying to fix the platform, really trying to expose bad on the platform so the platform can take care of it? Honestly, it is one of the worst endings I've ever seen. And I'm a little disappointed in YouTube, to be honest. I'm a little disappointed in anything. But honestly, as a community, there's not much more that we can do other than, preach our word and call it a day. Because YouTube has like two choices to make. Either they can side with somebody that is detrimental to the platform, or listen to the grand majority of the platform and realize, no, we're not just doing this to harass or bully somebody despite them being a smaller channel. Channel size doesn't matter. We're literally calling out the hypocrisy on a platform. Look, there are creators larger than all of us, creators smaller than all of us that break the guidelines every single day. If you're going to have a community guideline system, just enforce it fairly, okay? Like, enforce it properly. You can't have like a billion different examples and gotchas that exist on the platform that allow us to constantly be bewildered on what is allowed and what isn't. Honestly, getting the community guideline strike half the time makes me realize that why, okay? Why did anybody get this when clearly worse exists on the platform? YouTube needs an answer for this, and I'm sure even the people that are running YouTube are probably bewildered on how this even happened. Ladies and gentlemen, this is one of the worst endings ever. That being said, if you like what you saw, please like, comment, and subscribe. Dislike it if you dislike it. I am out.